What if Gojo returns to the story of Jujutsu Kaisen? With the death of Gojo Satoru by the hands of Ryum and Sukuna, many fans have been speculating whether Gojo will return to the story or not, including myself, who has made 2 videos of how Gojo can return to the story of Jujutsu Kaisen. But as the story goes on, the possibility of that seems to be more unlikely by the second. But since there is no end to copium for me and every other Jujutsu Kaisen fans out there, today we're gonna look at what if Gojo returned to the story of Jujutsu Kaisen from chapter 250, which is the latest chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen. So let's begin. So let's get a few things clear. First, Gojo can't use his domain expansion since Sukuna can't use it either because they both sort of had same amount of brain damage or something. And the second is, how in the world is Gojo even gonna return in the first place? And as we know, if you want to kill someone with RCT of Gojo's level, you have to sever their head from their body, and most probably Ui transferred Gojo's body to Soko. Let's say she heals him as Gojo is not completely dead, and with Soko's help he's brought back to life. Again, this is all speculations. Obviously, most probably Gojo is, dead. So let's just say that Soko's RCT and Gojo not having a bit of RCT and keeping his brain going. Maybe that is the reason why he's not dead, is what I'm saying for this case. In this case, we have to make Gojo come back, right? So we have to pull something out of our ass. So that's what's gonna be. So Gojo is brought back to life and immediately joins the battle against Sukuna. So with the current situation where Sukuna is inside Yuta's domain and he can't use the world cutting slashes or his extra mouth or arms due to him being forced to use hollow wicker basket due to the Yuta's domain being engulfed in Angel's curse technique, right? The sword of the domain is Angel's curse technique, and if Sukuna gets hit with that, he's dead. So he has to use hollow wicker basket continuously, which is keeping both of his arms occupied and also his mouth occupied. So he cannot use that, which is a huge advantage that Sukuna had over other sorcerers. Yuta has taken that away from him. And because of him not being able to use 4 arms and 1 more extra mouth, he cannot use his work cutting slash. Sukuna himself stated this in the recent chapter that he cannot use the work cutting slash or the the dismantle that cuts everything, right? The dismantle that killed Gojo. So the two things that would have given Sukuna a advantage over Gojo are just taken away at this point. First is the dismantle that killed him in the first place. Second is his extra mouth and hands. So we are pretty much back at square one, where Gojo and Sukuna were duking it out with in a hand-to-hand combat and whatnot, right? If Gojo returns, he will immediately figure out the situation and jump Sukuna inside Yuta's domain, obviously. And Sukuna is already having a hard time against Yuji and Yuta. So if Gojo joins in, it's gonna be pretty goddamn bad. The meme of Hinata taking on all of Naruto's Shadow Clone will look bad in front of this, because in terms of hand-to-hand combat, Gojo is superior to Sukuna, who in this case has 2 arms, not 4, and Yuta jumping him at the same time as Gojo. Boy oh boy, bruh, Gojo might even be able to use something like purple or something like lethal as that, as Yuta might keep Sukuna busy while Yuji strikes him and makes him lose control over Megumi's body. Like, bro, Sukuna might even get so desperate that he might even start the freaking merger. Again, the reason why I'm saying this is because Sukuna can't use the world bisecting slash that can bypass Gojo's infinity, meaning that Sukuna in this case only has domain amplification to save his ass. And well, we already saw how that went in the previous battle. So yeah, Sukuna would get cooked. Let's just say, to make the video interesting, in the nick of the moment Sukuna recovers his domain expansion, as Yuta did state that it is not long until Sukuna recovers his domain. But if that's the case, well, Gojo would kind of recover his domain as well. And if that happens, it would not go as you may think it will. And I know what you're thinking, bro. Sukuna would win in a domain clash. With 4 arms, he would not let Gojo bully him inside his domain and deal enough damage to him to break his domain from the inside, right? Well, not completely right. Yeah, you're right. Sukuna has 4 arms and 2 mouths. You're completely right about that, and that might give him an advantage. But the thing is, Yuji is gonna be inside the domain as well. Right? If the domain class happens, the entirety of the short effect will be cancelled out. Meaning that anyone inside the domain except Gojo and Sukuna also there will not be affected by the short hit as long as the one of them wins and the short of the whose domain has the superior wins, obviously, right? So the thing is, Sukuna's cursed energy output is really low right now. He is in the before the battle with Gojo, Sukuna was stated by Yuta himself to have more than double his cursed energy. And right now, Sukuna stated in the latest chapter of JJK that he has equal amount of cursed energy to Yuta, meaning Sukuna right now is at 50% capacity than what he was before. This is huge because Sukuna's domain, which clashed with Gojo's domain, was at 100%, and Gojo's 6 eyes literally allow him infinite amount of cursed energy, meaning Gojo's domain is still gonna be at the level that it was before. But for Sukuna, I cannot say the same thing, right? Because the cursed energy output might be lower, and that might simply lead Gojo to simply just destroying Sukuna's domain as a whole, simply overwhelming it from the inside and canceling out the short effect. Let's just say even if Sukuna somehow tries to destroy Gojo's domain from the outside. But that's not gonna happen, because even if that happens, Gojo's infinite void would hit Sukuna and he would get stun locked, and that would be GG's. So in this case, if Gojo comes back right now in this point of story, it's game over. Nothing is gonna happen. Sukuna's gonna fucking die. So it's obvious why Gege would not want to bring Gojo back, because that would be the solution to everything, right? And as I again said, we did not knew this prior to this chapter, but Sukuna's cursed energy output and his domain is still there, not there, and his RCT, everything is on a all-time low because of his battle with Gojo. So if Gojo comes back, Sukuna is kind of cooked. He's not winning, especially if Yuta and Yuji along. We still have Maki that we have to keep in mind. Maki might also jump Sukuna anytime soon. So yeah, it's gonna be jump Kaisen, bro. The Sukuna Kaisen memes are gonna be over if Gojo comes back. Like, seriously, that's how bad it's gonna be. But again, before getting killed, he might bring out the merger or start the merger, and he would sort of die after that, after it starts the merger. And if that does happen, the gang would fight the merger. And personally, I have no idea how the actual fuck are we beating that thing. The same thing that was stated by Kenjaku to be uncontrollable and indirectly implied that it was stronger than maybe even Sukuna. The same Sukuna Kenjaku said that was the strongest man that he have ever met. Things will be bad as it can get. Maybe the entire humanity dies and Kenjaku's plans come true. And well, that would be dark, but who knows? It is Gege, right? So, but who knows? Maybe Gojo and the gang might be able to beat the merger thingy if it comes back. I have no idea, since we have not seen the merger quite yet. But again, I'm just doing this all based off the lore that's given to us, that this merger thingy might be stronger than the entirety of humanity combined, including Gojo and Sukuna. So yeah, I'm just gonna say it off that. But what do you guys think will happen if Gojo returns to JJK? Do you think that everything will be solved or Sukuna will still kill him again? Comment down below, and while you're down there, please like and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want to show support to my channel, become a member, or you can join my Patreon for exclusive content that will not be given to people on YouTube, or they will get it, way later on in the future. And also in Patreon, you can suggest any of your theories, like fan theories, that I'll make videos on. And even as a member, if you suggest any fan theories, I'll make a video on it. As for What If Naruto fans, if you join my Patreon or become a member of the channel, I will make the what ifs that you say. Like, no matter what, the what ifs that you say, I will make them. So yeah, if you guys are interested, if you want to show support to me and keep making me want to pump out more videos for you guys, I would really appreciate it. But I love you, all of you guys, regardless if you join or not, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.